Hi, I'm Blaine. I'm going to show you my ramp system today for loading up my snowmobile in the back of the truck if you buy yourself. You could also probably modify this and use it for motorcycles or four-wheelers, apply it to your own application. The first thing we have is I had to build a hollow floor, is what some guys call it. So I put this 2x4 frame together that fits in the bed of the truck. And you can see what I did as far as 2x4 on their side. And you'll see when I set it in there how I measured this out. 2x4 on top, and then I just had 2x6s, so I used 2x6s to join them together. You can see the plates here that I used to join those together. Plus, I just towed in a couple 2.5-inch deck screws just to keep it somewhat solid. And when this goes in the truck, the top plate's the top 4x8 sheet is gonna go on top of it. So, it needs to be sturdy, but the weight's going to be distributed pretty well. So I'll set this in the truck. There, you can see why I measured it up the way I did. It's a little bit shorter in the back, a little bit longer in the front. You just have to make it so it'll fit the bed of your truck. The second item I have is the top piece that's going to go on here. And come over closer. The top piece here. You see the 2x4s on top here? I put those on there so when you pull the sled off the back, it keeps the skis straight for you. But besides that, this is just 1/2 inch, and this is just particle board. And I just put the 2x4s on here, put them in so that the skis can go on the outside of them. Made sure, about 3 or 4 inches on each side. You just put them in there however you want to do it, whatever works for you. And this goes on top of the hollow floor, the dummy frame. Now the last piece, the most important piece, is the ramp. Now the ramp, you can see on the top, I put a handle on it. So I've got a handle on it here, and you'll see that's for pulling it in and out. Put some sort of traction grip device on it, whatever you want to put on there for your sled or four-wheeler or whatever. These are just 2x4s here, little pieces I had. I just cut them to length, put them in there. 2x4s on this ramp, those are on there, so when you load your sled, your ski is going to be pretty close to the outside on this 4x8 sheet, and you got to check this with your ski stance. Some of you guys that have a wide front end kit might not be able to use this, but you just check the distance to the outside, put these in here, so when you're going up the ramp, if you were to go to the left a little bit, your ski will hit this, keep you from going off the edge. Same thing with this side, obviously. If you go to the right a little bit, it'll keep you on. Now it's important on the ramp that all the screws you put in, the deck screws, on the bottom, make sure none of them are sticking out at all. Take a hammer, whack them down, whatever you have to do, and to get those to work. So, the other most important piece you have to come up with some sort of eyelet system on these things. And what I use is a carriage bolt, because like I said, the bottom of this, everything has to be as flat as possible so it'll slide up in there. So you got the carriage bolt, and I just used a piece of chain. I got like 3 links of chain at Home Depot. Just put a bolt through it, a lock nut on the top here, and this is what I connect my tie down to hold it. Because when you go up the ramp, the ramp, because of the sled, when you hit the gas a little bit, the ramp will have a tendency to want to go backwards, so you have to keep it from going off the back. So therefore the 2 eyelets in the front corners holds it solid. The other thing you might want to watch for, I had this problem when I did the first ramp, but I haven't had it with this one, was that when you first came up on the ramp, it wanted to push the ramp up the tailgate, and I had to put a small piece on the back side here. So like when you had the ramp against the truck like it is now, you'd have a piece right here, and it would butt right against that tailgate, so it couldn't push the ramp up. But ever since I put traction devices on here, just 2x4s, that doesn't happen anymore. So now I think the sled is, you know, pulling on it. So anyway, I'll hook this up, show you how it works. I got my tie downs here. Just hook the tie down inside here to the truck. Hook it to, you know, whatever eyelet you want to use on this. Just doesn't have to be super tight, but just, you know, snug so that it's not going to pull and go underneath the tailgate, obviously. So you do both sides. Both sides, snug it up. You know, make sure your 2x4s from the ramp and then from the board and the 4x8 sheet in the back are pretty close. I made these 2x4s. I put them a little bit further in than these are, so I've got a little bit of leeway when I get to the top of the ramp there. That's about it. Load her up. And after you load it, you get to take your ramp with you, obviously. So you just undo your tie downs on each side. And you got the handle on here. Slides in underneath. Use your tie downs for your sled. You get the idea. Put your tie downs on. Hook them around however you want to hook them up. Set your brake on your sled, turn your gas off. That's it. She's loaded up, it's ready to go. Pretty safe, like I say, with those 2x4s on that ramp. It's pretty safe. It keeps you from going off side to side. You saw how fairly slow I went up the ramp. It'll hold the weight. I wouldn't recommend leaving the sled on it, having two guys jump on it. But you know, this sled probably weighs close to 600 pounds with another 235 on it, and you saw it hold me. As far as getting it down off of here, I just pull it right off the back. That's why I put those 2x4s on the ramp that's on the, I'm sorry, not the ramp, but the 4x8 sheet that's in the bed of the truck. Keeps the skis fairly straight. Go riding.